What's up, everybody? Ian here with the Seek First Adventure, and today I want to give a little update on our 1976 Airstream renovation we got going on. We have been doing a lot of projects and a lot of work, and we're in that stage where it just doesn't feel like anything's really happening or coming together. It's hard to see a lot of progress. I've been, finishing up the windows. That's been a massive task. And I got those almost all complete, and obviously those aren't in the trailer yet, so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, they look great, but I can't see the progress on the trailer yet. I've been working on the frame, which has been another huge project. I've been welding spots, welding reinforcements. I've been just getting all of the rust and all of the old paint off of it, and that is almost done. The next stage with that is going to be to replace the outriggers, and to do that I'm actually going to have to lift the shell. So I've been debating and going back and forth on how exactly I'm going to do that, and I finally have just committed to a plan, and I've got the stuff I need to do it, and I'm going to start actually building some reinforcement inside that this weekend, and then the plan is next weekend I'm actually going to lift the shell off the frame and replace the outriggers that need to, and then finish painting the frame. This weekend I'm finishing up the rust cleanup, and I'm going to paint as much of the frame as I can that doesn't require welding still. So I'm going to get that done, and the next weekend we're going to finish that project up. At least that's the plan. I don't see why that won't happen, but you just never know in life. So we got just a lot more stuff happening. We're ordering parts. We've started to get stuff in. We have a real good game plan of how we're going to move forward, because once we get the frame done and that painted and everything, then the next step is going to be to finish sealing the outside shell, which is going to include start putting the windows back in. We're putting some stuff up on the roof. We're going to have the great riveting task begin, which is going to be a big one, because a lot of the panels in this were replaced, and they used Olympic rivets, and a lot of them weren't sealed properly and are already loose and all of that. So I'm probably going to have to replace somewhere around 80 to 90% of the rivets in this thing. So that's going to be a huge project. But I think if we can get a babysitter, me and Lauren can knock that out in about 8 hours, maybe 8 to 10 hours. So we're going to kind of work on that project over a couple days. I have time off in December around Christmas, so I'm going to be utilizing a lot of time to get a lot of projects done. I'm also going to start building the replacement tank pans. All of the pans for the holding tanks were rusted through. On mine, they were a formed galvanized steel pan, so I got the replacement steel to start working on that, and then I'm going to be mocking up and cutting the new belly pan, doing all of that, getting that stuff all ready to do the second lift of the shell. That'll make more sense whenever I show you what exactly I'm going to be doing with the shell lift. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a interesting method, but I think it's going to work really great for my situation and setup. And so we're going to have all that stuff ready to then put the subfloor in, and I'm actually really excited about that, because I've been going back and forth on what I want to do for the subfloor. They came originally with a plywood subfloor, and obviously these things leak. It's just going to happen, and most of your older Airstreams, the subfloor is all rotted in them. So I've seen some people where they use plywood, whether it's a marine grade or a ACX sanded, just a higher quality plywood, and then they potentially put an epoxy coating on it. And all that, I priced it out. It's around $600 to $700 to do that total project. But there's another option out there in the marine industry. They have basically these composite panels, and one of them that I found is called the Kusa Blue Water board, and it's basically a mixture of polyethylene and fiberglass that's made into sheets, and they're your normal 4x8 by I think I'm gonna go with either like 23-30 seconds or half inch, somewhere between those two. And they're basically indestructible. They don't absorb water. They are more rigid, and they're actually around 30 to 50% lighter than plywood. So it's a great option for an Airstream. The only downside is that they're about 3 to 4 times as much as a normal piece of plywood. The ones I'm looking at are about 200 to 250 a sheet. So the price increases quite a bit, but I think having something that's not gonna rot, that if it leaks, which it's gonna leak, it's an Airstream, it's what they do, then it's not gonna be a problem. I just think, you know, for me to spend an extra $1,000 on the front end to create something that's, you know, it's never gonna be an issue, and that's gonna be beneficial for the frame as well, because one of the big reasons why the frames get damaged is because the plywood absorbs all that water, and then it just sits on the frame, and then it rusts. And so if I can eliminate that, then, you know, there won't ever be an issue with the subflooring or the frame. And so, you know, this thing could last a very long time, and that'll even help with the resale value of the trailer. So that's the route I'm going to go, and we're going to talk more about that in another video. I'm really excited about that. But like I said, we got parts coming in, so we're going to take a look at some of the cool things that we've gotten in, and some of the projects, and going and getting some parts. And so yeah, let's check that out. So we're here at Discount Steel picking up all of the sheet metal for the underbelly. We're getting the aluminum that we need, as well as some galvanized steel. The tank pans on the Airstream are actually made out of galvanized steel on this particular model. They seem to be different on different ones, and so we're getting all of that material. Alright, so we got the sheet metal. We got it loaded up in the truck. Took a little bit of finagling, but we got it all in there. The challenge is going to be unloading it once I get home. So I'll probably have to take it out sheet by sheet. It sticks out just a little bit, so, you know, we'll be good. We're going to head home now. So parts are starting to roll in for the Airstream. Today, this showed up in the mail. This is going to be the skylight that we are installing in the front, where I guess the cover, sometimes there's fans there. In ours it was just like a vent door thing that opened. We're going to be putting this up there, and no, it is absolutely not a direct bolt-in. This is just kind of a generic replacement. Got it off Amazon. There's a link below. Again, if you have an Airstream, this isn't just a direct fit. We're gonna have to do some customization and some modifying. So it is 18 by 34, and it barely fits between the ribs. It's basically the biggest one that I could find that would fit, and I read the reviews on it, and this is very highly rated. It's really strong. It's about, I think, a 1/4 inch thick Lexan or plexiglass or something, high impact resistant. So I'm excited. We love the night sky, we love stars, all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be super epic on our Airstream. So I'm going to open it up and take a look and see what it looks like. So that's pretty sweet. It definitely looks thick. It's got a little bit of flex to it, which is good because we got to fit it to the curvature of the top of the Airstream. Luckily on the top it's not super dramatic of a curve, but there's enough that we need to have a little bit of a bend in it. It also appears to be made in Canada, which, you know, that's a plus. Better than made in China. I mean, a made in America would be better. Best, of course. But made in Canada is a good second. So, in future videos, we're going to be showing putting this in, figuring it all out. So that's going to be exciting. And this is one thing that we are really excited about having in our Airstream. It's going to be just a cool custom thing that we do. And join us as we figure it all out. So as you can see, things are starting to kind of come together. We're getting everything ready, we're getting everything lined out, and over the next probably 2 months, we're really going to see some big progress on this. It's going to be, really just encouraging to see things coming together, to see it start coming back together. I'm just so tired of the taking things down further and further, and I'm ready to start seeing things come back together. And we're going to actually increase the number of videos we're doing just because we looked at all the projects and all the things that we wanted to do, and so we're probably going to do around 2 videos a week now, just to be able to show everything that we're doing. So I'm excited about doing that and connecting more with everybody. So again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Would love it if you would subscribe. Also, our website is live, so go check that out. We're working on updating that. We have a million projects, and we're not perfect at all of them, but we're really wanting to get stuff out there to be a help and a resource to the Airstream community, as well as just to share just our life and what we're doing with everybody. Also follow us on Instagram, that is below. And again, thanks for watching. See you next time.